clearly restaurants should have both an anti-discrimination and anti-harassment policy, and that policy really should be applied for both customers, guests, and employees. Customer preference is not a defense to any discrimination claim. And what I mean by that is simply because the customers or guests of a restaurant would prefer to be waited on by individuals of a particular nationality, a particular gender, does not mean that the restaurant can in fact discriminate against members of a different nationality. So it's really important that we don't discriminate against employees because our guests would like us to. We must in fact treat everyone equally and not discriminate, and base our decisions on legitimate business factors unrelated to their gender, their sex, their religion, their national origin. Any policy that we have, whether it's a discrimination policy, an anti-harassment policy, must have what I like to call a multi-avenue complaint procedure. And by that we mean, look, if you say to an employee, hey, you must complain to your supervisor, well, if it's the supervisor who's engaged in the harassment or discrimination, then they really will feel like they have no place to go. And so it's important in cases such as this that we, in the policy itself, specify that they have a lot of places to go. They can go to their supervisor, or they can go to the general manager or any manager with whom they feel comfortable, all the way up to the owner of the restaurant if they feel like that's the only person that they can feel comfortable with. In that way, an employee won't ever indicate that they had no place to bring a complaint of harassment or discrimination, and we will always, as a restaurant owner, have a good defense to any of these claims because we can always address the claims as they come forward. When complaints are brought to our attention, it's really important that we handle them promptly and effectively, that we take them seriously, because if we do so, that's always a good defense in litigation. There have been some court cases that have indicated that if you handle these cases promptly and effectively, then that is a complete defense to litigation. And so it's important that we handle all of these cases as promptly as we can and as effectively as we can. And of course, you will see this running through a majority of my slides. Training is also very important because the more we can demonstrate to our employees that we take this seriously and that we can spot issues, the better defense that we're going to have.